playing around with like a new thing, and we tried it out 8 times, but
Yeah, no, it was
yeah, nah,
bit
yeah,
hoha. Oh shit.
I tried to look into it, and it just kept saying next article, next article, and I'm just pushing the buttons, and it's like, no, I'm lost, bro. Um, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and
okay,
it was kind of explaining what you had to do, kind of thing. But I was just like, nah, I'm lost.
nah, it's all good. It's all good, bro. None of us know what we're doing, so
Just
we
faking it
just.
till we make it, eh?
Hey, I
Yeah, I
tell you what,
reckon.
I tell you what, I tell you what. That's the best way. That's the best way to go. It's just
Yeah.
bloody fake it till you make it. But
Yeah.
I don't think Ty will be coming in. But if he is, then he can join us. But let's just crack on, whānau.
True,
No mai
true.
hora mai. No mai hoki mai ki tēnei kaupapa. Welcome back to uh the Monday night kōrero,
Yeah.
the one where we pop it out 7 p.m. If you're new here, 7 p.m. on a
Mm.
Monday, New Zealand time. And we just talk about what happened on that weekend.
All right,
Talk about what
all
happened
right.
on that weekend.
Hey,
How's
bro.
everyone? Kia ora.
Sorry, bro. Can
Yep.
I just say, wanted to do a shout out to my mate, my workmate Aiden. He's in the youth services team. And it's the young fella's birthday today. So I think he's
Oh,
25. So happy birthday, brother. I told him, yeah, tune
What's his
in, bro,
name?
and I'll do you a solid.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Um,
Happy
What's his
yeah,
name?
birthday.
Happy
What's the
birthday.
what's
Aiden,
Aiden?
and he's good young fella, bro. Sharp on the job, and yeah. He like with the mahi, you get to have your birthday off. So yeah, young fella had the day off.
Nice.
But yeah. Thought I'd just
Awesome.
kick it off with that, bro.
Awesome,
Before we
bro.
diagnose this that Friday night game. See, bro.
Oh, before we get into that, how's everyone feeling anyway? How's everyone feeling after that Friday night game? How's everyone feeling after the weekend? Everyone feeling good and refreshed?
Yeah.
Bring on Melbourne Storm, I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro. Hard.
Yeah.
Move on next.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
It's gonna be yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't the result. Obviously, it wasn't the result everyone wanted. And but you know what? On reflection,
Mm,
Cornella were always gonna come to this game fired up. You know, they had good reason to want to stick it to us.
hmm
Um, you know, after last season, and yeah, what better way to
Yeah.
put you on notice in front of your own home crowd, kind of, and get serve it to you that way. So you know, good on them. Um, yeah. But the game, I mean, we'll get into the game stuff, but yeah, interesting, kind of just watching it again, and seeing just kind of the twos and fros, the
Mm,
disjointedness, the
mm.
clunkiness,
Mm.
whatever else. It was just like, you know, for 65 minutes of their game, we were
Mm.
locked out. You know,
Yeah.
we had
Lost.
our opportunities, we had our chances to cross the try line, and Cornella were up for it. You know, the Sharkies just locked us out. So
Well,
yeah.
before we jump into that one, we've got some just a bit of admin to do because man, our we've got heaps of teams in this NRL fantasy
Oh
thing. We've got
yeah,
quite
good
a
luck,
few.
bro.
We've got quite a few teams cranking out in this thing here, guys. So I just need to share the screen just for a moment and just give a big massive shout out to our top follower right up the top there, TJ Maxx.
Nice.
Uh
Nice. Well done.
94 points, and Jar Soldiers coming in second, just behind him. And I love my daddy at 770. So Fano, these are the guys you want to be chasing. TJ Maxx, Jar Soldiers, and I love my daddy. Awesome.
Am
Well
I
done.
am I in your thing? Your
Yeah,
Oh, well,
am
I
I
think I think you are. I think
you're
you
just
are.
a bit further down, Tans.
there?
Let's have a
You're
look.
just a bit further down.
Let's have a look.
Oh, you'll be higher than me. I'll
Yeah,
do
you're
that.
still higher
Oh,
than me.
your mum's 30 something, wasn't it?
We got Tyrone. He's popped over here.
Nice.
Who else?
Oh, no, I must be
Got
way down.
Tanya.
There you go.
Tanya at
34.
30,
Sure.
34.
Nice. Well done.
Well
All
done.
right.
We're getting our asses whipped by guys who know how to play this game better than us.
Yeah. Good on them.
Yeah, that's why it's called fantasy, bro.
But
So they can have it.
I just want to give a big shout out to 97, 98 people that have joined
Wow.
this little kaupapa. And
Wow.
yeah, if you guys want to jump on, you just want to put in this pin code here, 52S52Y9U, over on there, and then you can come and join in as well. So come in and join in the fun. I'll be announcing these every week and saying congratulations. There's no prize, it's just bragging rights, really.
Nice. Nice.
That's all we're really going to get. Kia ora tai.
Kia ora, everyone.
Oh,
Kia ora,
Chabo.
Kia ora, kia ora.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good. Sorry, a bit late. Still trying to figure out my camera, so don't mind me.
All good, bro.
Ka pai. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Whānau, hey, look, Friday night there was a lot of expectation, resting on 17 players' shoulders, coming into this game. I'll put a post up before the game saying to everyone, let's not get it twisted. These boys are going to be up for it. I'm talking about the Sharkies. I'm talking about the Sharkies, right? So
Yep.
Warriors 12, Sharks 16. If I'm a Sharkies fan, I'll be pretty happy considering I think they only had about 40% of possession. I think they only completed about 70%, 75% of their sets. I'd be pretty wrapped actually with that performance from that team. But can't get too carried away. I know it is round one, but initial thoughts on the game, guys.
Yeah, Cornella pack
Well,
was a big pack, bro.
Yep.
Right from the outset, their forwards were monsters, man. They just they were sticking it to us, you know. Yeah, pretty much the whole game. Yeah, they were making mistakes, in fatigue or whatever, but far out they were big buggers.
yeah, I think the bench rotation, because we used our interchanges, with Egan's injury, obviously that impacted our interchange, which is why Ali didn't come on. And that just sucked because I was wondering why. I was like, why the fuck isn't he putting Ali on? Like especially in that last, I was just like, bro, we need some fresh legs out there, man. And then obviously that's why, gutted. And I think, ultimately that and Egan's injury kind of fucked it for us because he went off half an hour into the game in the 30th minute. Egan went off.
Yep.
I don't even know. Does anyone know why he went off in the first place?
It's our elbow injury, wasn't it?
No. That's when he came back on in the second half, and then a couple of minutes after he came back on, he got injured.
Probably just give Lusick a run then, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But why?
Oh, probably just rolling with two hookers,
Yeah. I just hope I'm expecting, and I'm just going to go a bit forward here, but I'm wondering, we got heaps of injuries on Friday night. We don't know if Egan's playing. We don't know if Kurt Capewell's playing. Hell, I even read a post on Facebook that Mitch Barnett might be in doubt because he wasn't in full contact training, I don't think, today or something like that I saw on Facebook. C&K, Marita. Now, if this is the case, mate,
we got no chance.
We're going to get.
It's going to be a good game.
So I mean, I watched when I was first watching it, and I think I speak for all of us when I say we watch it live. All of our emotions are fucking heightened, So, well, I know I speak for myself when I'm probably not thinking rationally when I'm watching it live, but then you go back and watch the replay, and we didn't play badly. We just couldn't connect those dots when it came to our attack because our defense was all good. I mean, we even some of our stats were awesome. Our kick return stats, our kicking makers, we won both of those. Actually, we topped the competition in those. So, But I just don't think we could connect. We didn't connect properly on attack, and that's And I
just looking at the stats, I thought I saw that the kick diffusions weren't done very well, though. That was a pretty big area of concern. bit of practice to be done on the kick diffusions, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think Roger knocked it. I think he might have knocked it on twice. He definitely knocked it on once, and it was just like, oh wow. But yeah, hard to kind of, yeah, a lot, like, obviously it's just round one. It's round one. We got another 26 weeks to go. I did look up the whole, how many round one games have we won in like since 2018, including the weekend gone. We've actually won 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 and only lost 1, and that was 2022. The Sharkies, their round one win over us was their first one since 2014. So yeah. So they've been waiting a long time for that one. Yeah. That just the like the back line. The guys that stood out for me was definitely SJ with his kicking, Rocco with his defense. Fuck man, the young fella. I really like that young fella. Tane, and even Monteo. Monteo was like some of those hit ups. Even I know Tane's only a tiny fella, but mate, just the slipperiness, and kind of just the light footed and can step some of these big guys. He did get smashed a couple of times, but the kid's keen and he's just getting up and getting stuck in. And he put a couple of good hits on too in defense. So that back line, those were the guys that kind of really stood out. But I felt for Rog, man, Roger they just shut him down all night. They were all over him. Yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but yeah, that was a we were, yeah, we just kind of, when the mistakes started to creep in, and those penalties, that yeah, we definitely moved away from whatever Uncle Anderu's game plan was.
Yep. I think it was probably a bit of a reality check for our boys, eh? Off season, everyone's been hyping them up. This is our year, rah. Every game you got to turn up and fight, and if they might have lost their way a little bit, every game you've also got to stick to your game plan, because Uncle, his game plans are onto it. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned, and we're going to be up against a big outfit this round coming, so it'll be a good test again.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely.
Well, I remember putting the post up when the season was announced, and I looked at those first 5. I'm looking at those first 5 games a couple of months ago, and I'm going, man, they're like real tough games. And I put up that post, like, how many points can we get from these first 5 games? And everyone's going, like, gonna get all 5 of them, and we're just gonna run through. And I'm like, bro, we're gonna go to Melbourne at like 9:30 at night, right? And it's like, I think what's coming, and I think you've been saying it all off season as well, Damien, right? There's a lot of expectation on the boys, but let's not take away from the Sharkies as well. They were up for it, man. It wasn't like we played like really, really badly. Yeah, okay. We lost our way a little bit there in the first half, and then at the back end of the back end of the first half, and then definitely in the beginning of the second half. So yeah, but they were up for it, man. They didn't want to come here and lose again. Particularly the 44, whatever the hell it was last year. Like, that score doesn't even matter anymore. It's just like, this is a new year, and these boys have come to play. They were fighting for everything. I thought they executed their trench warfare game plan real easily, and I think it got under our skin. We weren't expecting those.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily because we weren't expecting it. I think, you can't go into a game expecting less of it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go into a game expecting them not to perform at their best level. Personally, I think when Egan went off, and I've always thought this, the momentum shifts is huge when he goes off. Or, no disrespect to Lussick, he steps up when he needs to, but he just, Egan knows how to manipulate that ruck, and he knows as soon as that ball is under that player's foot getting rolled backwards, that guy knows where the ball's going, who it's going to, the play's going to set up. And I just think, the it just slows. The momentum just slows right down. And I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying, look, the Sharks have had the same team. They've been that's their starting 13 for how long? For a while, except for the new 5'8" that's gone in there. And I think if we had the same advantage, if we were fielding our starting 13, I mean, we've got, RTS now, so we've got a new centre and we've got Kurt Capewell, a new edge forward. And so I think those dynamics are still growing, those combinations, and hopefully we get it right sooner rather than later. But, yeah.
Well,
but I don't think,
me too. I hope we get it done sooner rather than later. I mean, after the Storm, we got the Raiders who put an ass whipping in on the weekend as well. So
they sure did.
So we're going to go to Christchurch. Yep, they sure did. If you guys didn't know, Damien also loves the Raiders. But after we go to the Storm, we're going to be coming up against the Raiders, and I just hope that we get some points between now and when we come back and play the Knights. Not being negative or anything. I'm just being realistic. I'm just like potentially we could be playing the Knights still on 0.
Yeah. Hey mate, that on the table right now we're above Penrith, we're above the Broncos. Some surprising losses this weekend. Like I watched that, and I'm assuming you all did too. We watched that Melbourne and Storm game, and my goodness, bloody hell!
No, I actually missed that game.
Oh, did you?
Was it goody?
It was different, like Penrith, but like just a lot of errors, I suppose. And I've noticed with top teams, especially with teams like Penrith that are used to winning all the time, when they're on the receiving end and they make a lot of errors or calls go against them, they find it hard to adapt. If that makes sense, I don't know if that's what you guys see, but yeah, when you see teams that are used to it, and Melbourne do it as well. When Melbourne are getting thrashed by a team that's ranked underneath them, they seem to kind of become disappointed. But it was a situation, I mean, it was only it was 8-0. So Melbourne only scored 1 try. Penrith, and I think that's the first time I saw that the reigning premiers in the NRL history, going into the next season, that they've not scored a try. So there you go, Penrith. You got 3 premiers in a row, yee-hoo, but maybe the first team in history to not score a try going into the next season. So you won that one too, Penrith. Good on you.
Yeah. Oh, every dog has his day. It's like the bubble's gonna burst sooner or later. And reality, they come back to reality just like everyone else. So I don't. I think good on the Storm. I don't cheer for the Storm or nothing. But when I saw that they beat them, they knew. I just thought, ha, good job. Yeah.
But it's interesting. I don't think we played badly after watching the replays. We didn't even play badly. We just couldn't fucking get our attack together. We couldn't find those. And I think we tried, like Sean Johnson, man, far out. That guy done everything he could do to help us win that game, but we just couldn't find gaps in their defence, and that's all it was. Because they know, I mean, man, they know we're going to go. They know who we're going to go to, and So I think we, just need to come up with different styles.
Like it's just round 1, right? Like some of those plays were going to ground, and we've never seen that. Well, we've seen it many times, but we didn't see it much last year, where some of those passes were going to nobodies. They were just like, what the hell? I will say this though. I will say that Cronulla looked very lost in the first 10 minutes, but then they found their way back, and then obviously the rest is history. But they looked very lost, and I know that if we had crossed that line again when we were just camped down there, obviously it would have been a different story. But they just weren't having it. They were just they were just going for it, right? They were just like, they weren't letting us through. So anyway, fair play to them. Round 1, we've got to get the knocks and bangs out of the way, but we've got some real tough games coming up.
I'm not looking forward to next week, guys. That's just me. I fucking hate the Storm. I can't stand them. I just that's why I took Harry Grant out of my fantasy team, by the way, because I was just like, I just can't do it. I fucking hate the Storm. And they're our biggest man, come on, like how we haven't beaten them in 7 years. 7 fucking years.
Yeah.
Now we get to play them and fucking a lot of our key players are injured. And it's just like, bro, like, that's just not fair. But let's just hope, we never know. Marata could be lining up tomorrow, but I doubt it. No news anywhere about our injured players, which is sad. So, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to next weekend. Not at all. I'm scared. No, I mean, don't throw shade at anyone watching. I'm just saying I'm really nervous. Because Melbourne's, personally, I think we've never done good against them. Ever.
I remember
we've had
until it's playoffs.
I remember
That was pre 7 years ago, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah,
You're talking about in
moments.
recent times. You're talking about recent times, right?
Yeah. And I think those memories we have of those Warriors games against the Storm, because we went in as just complete underdogs and they were hot favourites and just getting one up on them in those situations was just, that was the best. But yeah, it was a while ago.
I think for me, beating the Storm would be almost as close as to winning the grand final, the feeling. Like I would love to beat those. I'd love to beat those mongrels. Like that would be a highlight of my year, probably. But yeah, anyway, just saying, I don't think we can do it without our key players. I mean, come on, Lasso up against Harry Grant. It's not going to happen, man.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. And to make it more scary, looks like Nelson is going to be back this week as well. So,
yeah,
tough middle.
Choice,
Bruh.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought I let that news in now before.
Yeah. Because he loves playing the Warriors, bro.
Yeah, he loves that every time.
Yeah, man, he does. He just gets stuck in, and it's just like it's got to be a long night, bro.
I think a lot of the Kiwi boys over there love playing the Warriors.
They
just
do.
love it. They love smashing us. They love everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, and even Mulatalo had he played all right. I did like he had a bit of a touch of class. Kane smashed him over the sideline, but he patted the young fella on the head like, "Yeah, no, you got me, bro." I just thought, "Oh, sure," because he can be quite lippy too himself, and but it's that Kiwi connection, just thought, "No, shot, bro." But they do. The Kiwi boys, certain ones, they when they know they got the Warriors coming up, they just they lift, bro.
I will say thanks to Ronaldo and Mulitalo because at the last moment I put you in my fantasy team and you scored a try and you didn't fluff the try either. You didn't put your hand out. You didn't put your hand over the line. Got the ball down. Well done.
Speaking of being out now, like I just want to hear your guys' thoughts. So when SJ put that little grubber in, right, and fucking what's his name? Kennedy picked it up. Well, Kennedy picked up the ball, but then Rocco Berry tackled him. Now, in my opinion, fucking Kennedy's shoulder was on that line. Like he was out. He was out.
Yeah, but in regards to that tackle too, all Rocco had to do was kind of like just put his hand on Kennedy's head and push it down, and he would have touched the line. But yeah.
I mean, don't worry about it now. But I was going to say about Jackson Ford. Butterfingers Ford. But but it's all good because then I just thought after that he made some mean tackles, man, like that nice little kick that SJ put in, and we got the goal line dropout because of Ford tackling him in with the ball, and I think he done that twice. He done it once, and then he done it again with the help of RTS. So he did a solid, and he made up for his efforts. But good on SJ for giving him a spray. I thought, got to hold your teammates accountable. And then I saw Kurt Capewell giving him a pat on old Jackson Ford, a pat on the back, just letting him know that it's all good, bro. And I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh, too much,
Does anybody give any news as to why Tom Ale didn't get a run, or?
It's because of that, because of our interchange.
Yeah, injuries, eh?
Mm.
Kind of screwed our interchange usage.
I just saw him running up and down the sideline, and I'm like, when's this dude gonna get on?
Yeah. We're definitely going to need him this week. Right.
Let's ask you guys, how many interchanges are we allowed?
Is it 8?
Eight.
I was trying to search it. I couldn't find it, eh? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it could be 8, but I could be wrong.
Yep. Your guess is as good as mine, bro.
So like 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half.
You can use them all in the first 10 minutes if you choose. I just think you only got 8 max.
Yeah.
It used to be 10, but I think they've dropped it down to 8.
Yeah, I don't actually know, bro. But I mean, you'd think you'd want to approach that with caution, because if you highly unlikely that you're going to lose a whole lot of players in the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then you got to chuck your bench out there straight away, kind of thing. So yeah.
Is it just HIAs that are a free interchange, or is it all injuries that are a free interchange, or is it just the HIAs?
Don't know, actually.
I could be wrong, but I think the only time you get a free interchange is if it's a result of a foul play. Like if someone gets HIA'd and someone's fucking, put on report or whatever the fuck, you might get a free interchange then.
Speaking of foul play, bro, Mulatalo taking Dylan out, and it was like, bro, they should have got 10 minutes at least. Like the bro was still in the air.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, just to get the penalty, it was like, I was screaming penalty try. I was like, bro, fucking march them back to the post.
But the ref's excuse was there was no guarantees he was going to score. It's like, bro, it's DWZ, bro. Of course he's going to score.
He always scores.
Bro, have you not seen the highlights? Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, just that whole and like I love Mulatalo, but it was just like, bro, you should have been marched, brother.
When he's in a black jersey, he's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
But when they're wearing those fucking But I just think when the Sharks noticed that we were dipping, when Egan went off, and when they just stepped up, and they just they really, what's that word?
Clinical.
Eh?
Yeah.
Clinical.
Yeah,
Ruthless.
they just saw out. They just knew where we were.
Blood.
They just saw. I can't think of the words.
They made the most of the opportunity, eh? They stepped up and they needed to.
Hell yeah.
And that's a sign of a good team.
Advantage of him going off, and I think that's when and because even in the second half, I was like, when the fuck is he coming back on? Because we needed him. I don't care what anyone says. We needed him out there on the field.
Yeah.
And they just saw it, and I think they took full advantage of it, and they were just like, right, that guy's gone off, man.
As much as I hate saying this, Britain Nikura, bro, he was hunting, bro. He got Shawnee a good spot tackle, and I was just like, bro. Again, those individual plays, and they're all doing it for each other. The Sharkies pack, and they were just hunting, and it was Oh, mind you, the SJ's grubbers, the bulk of his kicks, I'd say at least 96, 97, maybe 98% of his kicks were fucking on point, man. What's that?
5 goal line dropouts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But like those grubbers he was putting into the end goal, and even those little chips over the top, was just like, bro, he was I think you said it before, Tons, but he was trying to do everything he could to get us that dub, eh? But the Sharks were just shutting everything down. And it was that psychological, the longer you can hold your line and defend for, momentum's gonna swing, to the defending team. And it
Which
happened.
happened
Yeah.
after pretty much 15 minutes. It happened after that, pretty much. They just held their line, closing us
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Oh,
And
cool.
the momentum shifted pretty quick. Oh,
Mm.
and they were getting it too. Like they were camped down by the south stand where I was, and all the players were just getting it. But they gave it back.
Bro.
They gave it back because they
Yeah.
scored another try. They scored a try straight away. So
Yeah. Bro, how hard case was it seeing Aiden do a bomb?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like he got the
I
ball and it's
think
like, oh.
I think that might have been out of frustration or something because that was a
Yeah.
bit uncharacteristic of the bro.
Mm.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I thought was
That was
uncharacteristic was our captain getting penalised. Like I was just like, wow. Like it's not like I don't think Tohu does that shit. Like he doesn't intentionally go out there and make penalties. So for him to get penalised for what was it? He just ran off his line, eh? I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
The player, and so I was quite surprised. I was like, damn, that's not usually like him. And all the talking that was going on to the ref. And I think,
Mm.
the ref came to the point where it was like, actually, fuck you guys. Like, I ain't gonna do shit for you no more. You in my face. And you heard the ref call out to him and be like, man, you need to have a word with Dallin and pretty much just tell him to shut his mouth. Otherwise, and maybe that was the reason why we didn't get any calls or whatever. But yeah, you heard the ref. He was just like, "Nah, I'm not going to fucking cop that." So
The ref actually done a good job.
Mm.
The ref done a good job. Like on review. So, watching it live and you forget, fuck ref. They're hanging on us and holding us down and all the rest of it. But on review, it was like, well, actually, we were doing it to them as well, and they were doing it to us. So
Oh, look,
I think he done pretty good.
You saw Dylan Walker, a lot of our boys, Dylan, they were fucking spewing, shouting at the ref, come on, man. And they were on us for a while. And I thought that was unfair. But yeah, I was just like, hurry up, man.
But that's what I mean. The ref, he actually adjudicated that quite fair because it was like, when you see it again, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, okay. He could have called it, but he didn't, and it was both against them and us. So yeah, he may have been just trying to get the flow going, just let the game roll, whatever. Getting that email from their bosses, the referees' bosses about just let shit roll, and just let the players get into the game and blah blah blah. Or maybe I'm just making excuses for them.
Well, I don't think I don't think the referee to the Bulldogs game and that got that fucking email because far out. God damn, poor doggies got penalised. It seemed like every fucking couple of minutes. And I'm sorry, but like you look at our penalty count, those 4 consecutive penalties we got were 2 minutes apart. Sure, it was 18, 20, 22, and 24 minutes. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And of course, that's going to affect any team, no matter where you're ranked on the table. Not to mention then, and that was Egan, 2 penalties consecutively got called up for offside, inside the 10. Jackson Ford, yeah. But no shade to Jackson Ford. I mean, fuck, he played a good game apart from those errors, he made up for his mistakes. I thought Rocco Berry was the best player on the field.
Yep.
No, he played really well.
Was awesome, man, defensively. And it's so good to see because, mate, this guy hasn't even played 50 first grade games. You imagine another couple of seasons under his belt, and I can actually see him being one of the most dominant centres in the game.
Yeah, I think barring injury, then he's definitely got a future, not just with the Warriors, but he could be knocking on the Kiwis' door. If he keeps doing what he's doing.
They'll be silly not to give him a Kiwis jumper. I can pretty much guarantee. Not that I know, but I'm just going to say. But yeah, I think he'll definitely have a Kiwis jumper next year or whenever we go to war again.
Yeah, heaps of potential. Who was the guy? Who was the guy Rocco was marking?
Talakai.
Talakai, because Talakai had his. If he went away and done his homework, because I think it was that last game, Rocco made him look like a chump.
Yeah, bro.
And Talakai came out Friday night and just stuck to him, like a fly on shit. You know, he just wouldn't let him. He made sure he didn't let that young fella get the better of him. So, and again, that's learnings. You know, it's gonna be their game of chess. You know, you're gonna beat that guy this time, and he'll get you next time. Or you know, but it's yeah, that was a nice little competition actually between those two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Even
other
RTS and Ramian, I thought Ramian was, he was good on RTS. Mind you, the defense on him. I mean, yeah, I thought RTS was good, man. He made some good runs, but fuck, he just couldn't. That's what I mean. We couldn't put anyone through a gap. I think we were trying to find them. We were trying to go around them too much instead of just going directly through them and, having those nice little offloads, those short passes and putting someone through a gap. Yeah, so back to the drawing board, back to and see. But it's going to be interesting tomorrow, the team list, and who's going to be on the bench, especially if these players, KC and Egan and are injured, and who's going to be named on the bench.
Well, it's going to be some of our cup boys probably maybe coming up.
Well, I did see someone said that Jacob Laban could be making a debut in first grade, maybe.
Oosh.
If Kate Will's out.
Oosh.
I think they'll put Jazz back on the bench too, with Walker. Or maybe, I don't know. But I'm assuming if Egan's out, I would love to see probably, I didn't want to say Lussick start, and could we see CHT on the bench?
Too soon for CHT?
Huh?
No?
Too soon?
Is it too soon for CHT?
No, I don't. Well,
he didn't start in the cup game, did he?
Than what Lussick did.
No.
And I'm not saying Lussick was bad. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Chanel's still got more experience than Lussick. He's played first grade. I don't know. I just think, mate, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably wrong.
I reckon CHT's too underdone to be putting him into a Melbourne Storm game like that.
So who would you go to?
Personally, I would maybe have starting Lussick, but maybe have Dylan Walker sub for him.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, like Lussick's Freddie Lussick's no Egan, but the kid can tackle, man. And he was doing the lion's share amongst our forwards. And like good cover tackles. Yeah, defensively he's pretty sound, and he doesn't shunt away from it, shy away from it, sorry. He's in there. And really only really pick it up from on review, but he's it just because a lot of people do kind of run him down, and it's like he stands in Egan's shadow at the moment. Egan is very much one of the benchmark NRL hookers, but the downside for Wade has always been injuries, and like hopefully his elbow's not going to be a biggie. Hopefully he's not going to be on the sideline for too long. But if it's not his body, it's his head. So yeah, so maybe more game time for Freddie's coming. Who knows?
I'm not running him down. I just don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he's first grade ready, and that's just my opinion. If it came to shit and wait, I don't think he's a dominant hooker. That's for sure. He's not no Egan or Harry Grant or anywhere near that kind of anywhere near those.
Yeah, but
nowhere.
Egan came to us in 2020, 2021. And he was getting run down from the fans as well, but even back then because he wasn't. But now, it's taken him 4 years to get to where he is now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's going to take him a while. So I'll switch it up a bit, guys. Can you guys talk to me what the beef is with the with the stadium announcer. There's a lot of people not liking
Or
not liking
Matua
the stadium.
Mark.
Yeah,
Oh, so it was him? It was
yeah,
him, the guy off the morning shift.
yeah. A lot of people are hating on him online, like hating.
Oh, so just from a tally perspective, because I
Mm.
went up to my neighbours and we watched it over there. Yeah, he just sounded like there was just no energy from what we could hear on the TV. You could hear him saying up, up, and the crowd would follow. But it was
Okay.
like, bro, that's amp it up, bro. And I was like, fucking, you got the whole stadium behind you. Yeah, I didn't, and I mean, I don't know him from a bar of soap, and
Yeah.
I like your morning show, bro. Yeah, but yeah, uh, whoever the old Warriors announcer used to be, he done a good job.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
maybe it's just, I don't know, settling in stage. I'm hoping he gets better. Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually enjoyed it and enjoyed something a little bit different there. But I think maybe the ones watching at home, the sound just wasn't as good. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm,
But I actually quite enjoyed it. Just got a couple of
mm,
comments. Esmond McKenzie, Lussick is a defensive hooker. I think made 30 tackles in a short period he was on. Needs more time under Egan to learn more. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Learn
mm,
that side of hooking. Kelly Pukerua play Roach at 9.
mm.
Ooh.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that. If we're not going to play CHT, I don't know about that one, bro.
Mind you, we have said that like for New Zealand, we do lack in good hookers and,
Yeah.
in good halves. So, yeah. Personally, I'd love to see CHT as I think he'd make a good hooker.
Mm.
I think we've got him, but yeah, anyway, that's just my opinion.
I think eventually, yeah. But I mean, who knows? Shawnee, this might be Shawnee's last year. Shawnee might go again next year, whatever. Um, I don't actually mind the Roach option, maybe. Um, Specialist hooker, knows his job. Yeah, but what's his form like? What's it
Mm.
been like? He only got one run last year, so yeah, what's he been doing since then, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's switch to Friday. I know we've already spoken about it. Sorry, Saturday.
Saturday.
We've already spoken about it. Yeah, thoughts on that one. If there's any other different thoughts that you guys have got, but I think it's going to be a very hard night at the office with the team that we've got.
Yeah.
Keeping the
Yeah.
faith. I'm keeping the faith, but I think it's going to be a very hard night at the office.
Mm.
And even if Egan is fit to play, I'm thinking even if they do name him, Melbourne are just going to smash him because they know that. I don't know, but I don't think in our hooker, if we haven't got Egan, it's going to be extremely hard for whoever takes that position going up against Harry Grant. I mean, and I hate giving Melbourne any ups at all. I can't stand them. They all suck. But far out. Harry Grant's, I mean, Queensland hooker, fucking Australian hooker. I mean, he's a good player. So and hooker is one of your most important, your integral positions.
Mm-hmm.
To lose one of your main spine members and your hooker, who's probably the busiest position on the field, it's a real kick in the teeth. But oh well, just fucking remain positive, onwards and upwards.
I think next to the half, then yeah. Most definitely in the forward pack, your hookers kind of, and the roles evolved. But yeah. And I hear what you're saying, Tans. I think for me, it's always going to go back to that whole every dog has his day, and if Lussick knows that one, he's going to be starting, and two, he's going to be up against, the number one hooker in the comp, then yeah, he knows what his assignment is, and he's either got to bring it or be a bystander and get run over kind of thing.
Well, hopefully that lifts his playing abilities then, and his playing, knowledge to because that's a big ask, man, for any player to go in up against the Storm. I mean, they've always been, I personally think that they're just they used to intimidate us. I don't think, but yeah, I think previous years, I mean, God, I don't think I'm ever going to get over that 70 fucking 10 ass whooping. I mean, yeah, I just think they're our biggest threat. Melbourne always has been for a long, long time. And yeah, but let's just hope, and just the boys. And I know the boys will be feeling gutted about their performance on Saturday. And I know that they'll be like, fuck, boys, we've got a big game coming up this weekend. We really need to, yeah, I bet you anything I'll be doing a lot of video work anyway.
Stick to our game plan, complete our sets, kick to the corners, kick chase, don't miss any tackle. Yeah, I mean, look.
I got some
maybe it's going to be one of those games where, the Storm are going to, this is me thinking positively here, maybe the Storm are going to come out quite arrogant and not give us the respect that we deserve, and we're going to win. But I am going to go around and get each other's score predictions, by the way. I don't think we're not going to get out of that one. And I will kick this off. And I think it's going to be 12-18 to the Warriors.
Nice.
18-12. Let's go. Anyone else can chip in?
Bro.
I'll chip in, and unfortunately, I'm going to say the Melbourne Storm to win 24-12.
That's blasphemy, bro.
I'm sorry.
It's doable.
24-12.
24-12 to Melbourne.
You know what, guys? I've never bet. Always. But this game, depending on, I haven't seen. And usually, I'll try not to make a prediction because I like to wait for the team list to be released. But if it doesn't go in our favour, with injury-wise, I'm going to say Melbourne to win, probably 30 points to 12.
Woo!
Hey, not so blasphemy for me anymore now, eh?
Yours are looking pretty good.
And that makes
both you sinners.
But I think the only positive about Melbourne is that Jonah Pezzett, the guy that's taking Munster's spot. I think he's the only weakness, really. I mean, fuck, if Nelson's back, God, they had to choose fucking next week to put the cunt back on the field.
He was probably planning it that way.
Yeah, no, I agree, because it seems like every time we play them, they're guys that apparently have fucking 3-month injuries are suddenly fucking healed by,
one game.
The ages above. But yeah, I don't think if we've got Kirk Capewell out, Egan out, CNK, Marata, I can't see us getting the win over them.
Where's your faith?
But then, but I'll come back on tomorrow night after the team list, and I'll probably be made to eat my words. But I hope I get made to eat my words next Saturday, because this, mate.
Go find your faith.
No, I know it's bad.
No. Don't go with your heart. Go with your head always.
I'm gonna. I'll jump in, bro. For shits and giggles, I'm gonna go tons of score 30-12 to us Warriors.
Hell yeah.
All day.
Nice. I hope so. I hope so.
So do I.
Writing all these
down. So do I. Same. Gonna have a good laugh next Monday.
Oh yeah.
You can all give me shit next week if my predictions are wrong. And hopefully we win. But just bad luck with our boys that are injured, and I just wish them the speediest recovery. I hope Ali gets a chance. If he's named on, I'm assuming he will be, because I'm hoping he gets a run. It'll be great to see him go up against Melbourne.
What's your score, Ty?
I'm gonna be even more blasphemous.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Go for it. Go for it.
I didn't catch all Storm's game, and I have to admit too, I didn't catch Warriors game live. I only just watched it before this because I was at a wedding. The only thing I think we probably kind of touched on, and it's the reason why I'm going to make a pretty hectic score line is I think our execution was very missing, and it was really noticeable in the second half. And I think not just the execution with the passes, but even just preparing their backline, we were running into heavy traffic. And again, it's round one, and a lot of that. I guess teams only had one game together this year, even though we had a whole year. But this year, and I feel like that doesn't change in 1 week. It can, but those are things you have to kind of iron out. And then if we're going to bring in a whole kind of new players into that kind of lineup, we're going to have to be honest, I don't even think we play the game. I think we have to play scrappy to get out of this one. Kind of go against it, but I don't think Webby's that guy. I don't think he's going to tell him to change the game plan. He's going to say stick to it, which is probably better long term. But by sticking to it, I think we're just going to look ordinary and kind of go against a Storm that obviously have beaten the premiers. And I've only caught some of the game, but they look just a little bit more like they've kind of tuned themselves coming into that first round. So I'm going to actually go with 38-14 to the Storm. Ideally, I want to be really wrong, but I just can't see if we have both Capewell and Egan out that the boys can hold up. So yeah, that's my score, 38-14.
It's like an old Kiwi. It's like an old Kiwis Kangaroos test match score.
Pepe's back. Pepe's back at fullback. Nick Meaney's gone to the wing, and I've got to say, after I watched the game, I thought Nick Meaney was pretty good. Centre is it? Or and one thing with Peppenhausen is he's fast, he's quick, but what I've noticed about him is he is a mean support player, man. Like that guy will run the whole field supporting his ball carrier, and he's just always there, man. If there's a line break and one of his players gets through, you can guarantee that he's going to be on the inside of him waiting for that offload. So yeah, that's just
And they're a tall team too. Those cross kicks are going to not work. You're going to have to try and beat them up the middle, and their forward pack's quite decent. So yeah, it'll be a tough day at the office. I hope I'm really wrong, but we have to go up the middle to win this one.
Look at their wingers, Xavier Coates. We know what they. We know we've watched enough fucking Melbourne Storm games to know, who their strike weapons are. But the thing is, with Melbourne, they've got strike weapons all across the park. Ali Katoa, man, my gosh, has that guy lifted his game? I wish he was playing that good when he was with us, because honestly, he's gone to a team now and gone to a coach that has just brought the beast out in him.
Yep.
I mean, you can see it. You can see it in him. He loves it, and that's what his role is, just to be dominant, next to Nelson, and he does it really well. And so, it's not going to be an easy game. I don't think we're going to get the dub. We've got too many key players out that are injured. Yeah. But I just want to give Tane Tuopiki a shout out. I thought he was dope, man. That little guy, he's got the heart of a warrior.
Yep.
He played well.
He got through heaps of mahi.
And then he got
200 meters,
kneed but he got kneed in the head by Rocco.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
that's why
it was like, bro.
Friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Like, damn.
Yeah, it was something.
But young fella played. Yeah, young fella played well, and it's just like for me, he reminds me of Brent Webb, almost, but smaller than Lance or higher, kind of, but that's just the pace on the kid. What's
Lance
that?
Higher. That's who he reminds me of. Just the way. Was it him?
Yeah.
One thing I will say though, and this is in relation to some of the messages you were sharing at the game, Nick, but obviously now with the Warrior season last year, we've had a few more fans join us. Now, hey, if we go down, that might really test people's loyalty to the Warriors this year. So, hey, that's kind of how I see it. If we win, great. If we lose, we'll see who's still supporting the Warriors after this week. So
who's upping the wires after that?
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: if we go down against the Storm, and then we go down against the Raiders in Christchurch, they'll be seriously wondering how many people will turn up at Mount Smart
Yeah.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Because the vibe was good fun. It was okay. It was the first round, just kind of like on reflection. But it was just a bit different. Just like a bit of a different vibe there for the first round. Maybe that was nerves. Maybe it was I don't know. But it was good to see 24,000 odd people. Not as many empty seats as what we saw from that last game. And like Ty says, like just whatever happens, come back, keep supporting the team.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, because they need our support.
Yeah, and I can't even remember the last time we had a round one home game attendance like that. It's just like, mate, I got that number though, bro. Yeah, 24,076 attendees Friday night. So
Wow.
well done. And
Yeah.
but you're right too, Ty. That if we're 4-0 or 5-0, whatever, just you'll see how empty that bandwagon is when it rolls back to town.
Yeah.
We have
What is that? What is that saying? Like, if you couldn't be with me at my worst, you can't be with me at my best. So that's kind of how I see it.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, that's that fella that holds that sign. He had one saying, "Where were you when we were shit?"
Yeah, where did all these fans come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's exactly right, bro.
Yep.
Right.
Toe talk that, bro. Toe talk that. But on that, sorry.
One positive to take from this next week's game is that we play Melbourne twice this year. And whilst they may beat us next week, I'm assuming the game that we have later on in the season, they may not be so lucky if we've got our top players in there. Cross fingers that, yeah.
That's very optimistic.
We almost beat them. We almost had them at Magic Round last year. Was it Magic? No, sorry, Anzac.
No, Anzac Round.
Anzac Round, yeah. Anzac Day game.
Couple of double knock-ons, couple of I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Didn't we score the first 2 times? But anyway, I'm just saying that we can, but I just think without our key players, we can't. And I hope I'm wrong. God, please. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. And because I kind of see, well, most sports are the same, right? Like, it all comes down to momentum and rhythm. But I definitely see league as a game of 4 quarters. And I personally think we lost both of the second and fourth quarter of the game. So the second half of the first half and the second game.
Yep.
So for me, it's like, if you're going to win a game, you have to actually be ahead on all those quarters. You could be ahead on 3 quarters and their last one just get blitzed. So I kind of feel like that's where the Warriors could be. They could be up, the tails up, but can we sustain it for 80? That's what we're going to hopefully see in the weekend. But I just, that's why I've predicted the way I did.
Like last year, last season, sorry, a lot of our points were scored in the second half. A lot of our points, because we'd go into halftime probably out. Could have been 18-6 or whatever, but a lot of our points were scored in the second half, or it was either that or we just didn't let the other team score so many points in the second half. But if we can do that and just and
sorry,
ball control.
Just to add to that, 12 months ago we were notorious slow starters for the first 3, 4, 5 rounds, and Webby was addressing it, and and to the point where he just didn't talk about it anymore because they know, the boys know. Yeah, they got over it, and then they just get on with it. So so who knows?
Well, we've got a mammoth, ginormous match next Saturday, 9:30 p.m. New Zealand time, 7:30 over there in Melbourne. I'm going to stay up for it.
Very much so.
Depends what happens at halftime. I'm kidding. Nah.
If it gets to 67, 68, 69, 70, I'm out.
I'm cutting it at 30. I'm going at 30. But I hope you guys have a good week, and all you guys, thanks so much for watching. Monday Night Kōrero round 1 is done. Join us again for aftermatch review next Monday here on YouTube. Kakite.
We back,
baby. 2024. It's our year.
All right, let's go.
Later,
bro. All right.
Go,
Go the fucking Warriors.
Go the
Fuck
fucking Warriors.